1, and then probably number 4, and then we're going to go on. All right, so I need your attention here. It says, Miss Frank is going to wallpaper a living room with dimensions 24 feet long, 18 feet wide, and 8 feet high. Now, do you wallpaper the ceiling?
No.
You wallpaper the floor?
No.
So yesterday, remember I told you there's a thing called lateral area,
Oh.
right? So you're only going to wallpaper the walls, not the ground or not the ceilings. Everybody with me on that?
Yes.
Right? So with that in mind, I want you to try to listen to me now real quick. All right? Uh-oh. I don't know why. Let me try. I was going to try to draw something, but here we go. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the room. I'm going to try to show you how to do that. All right. So you get a better, hopefully, feel for it. All right, so my room is going to look something like this. Everybody with me on this, right? Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is just because you may not have known what dimensions to use. All right, so please look up. All right, it says it's 24 feet long and 18 feet wide. So I could put this is 18 feet, this is 24 feet, and then it would be 8 feet here. Is everybody agreeing with me on that?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to wallpaper, all right, the walls. So I'm going to highlight. This wall needs to be wallpapered.
Yes.
Right? As well as this wall here.
Yes.
Do you agree those walls are the same?
Yes.
All right, so what are the dimensions of those walls?
Oh, 18 times 8.
18 times 8, and then we're going to do what? Multiply that by 2. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
All right, somebody tell me what 18 times 8 times 2 is.
16. Oh, no, that's wrong.
18 times, what is it? 288 square feet so far. Now I have to also do what? I have to wallpaper the back wall, and I've got to wallpaper the front wall. And that would be 24 times 8. And then how many walls? Times 2. So somebody do that for me. How much? Somebody said 384 square feet. And then what do I do with those two? Add them. Somebody tell me what that was. 6, 7, 2 square feet. Is that correct? Now, if you got that right, pat yourself on the back. Honestly, that's a job really well done. All right, because you want to talk about area, but you want to do it in a reasonable way, right? It wasn't just the surface area where you included the floor and the ceiling. Is everybody with me on this? Everybody understand me? All right, so if you made a mistake on that, you did all the surface area, then you just have to make sure when you're answering questions, especially on the ERBs, everybody hearing me? All right, you want to make sure you're answering properly. All right, and sometimes drawing things out is super important. All right, it will help you solve the problem. Does anybody have any questions or concerns? All right, so now I said we're going to take a quick look at number 4, and then we're going to go on. All right, it says the Ramirez family is going to put vinyl siding on a shed. They will cover all 4 walls completely except for the door. The siding costs $3 per square foot. All right, so again, don't you agree this is the same thing almost, correct? Right, so we're going to put, are we going to put anything on the roof? No. Do you agree? So we're going to do this. All right, does everybody agree with that? So what would that area be? What would that area be of that wall? Come on, Julian, pay attention now. Colin, what's the area of that wall?
2 times 10 times 8.
Wow, thank you so much. He did more than I asked. I really wanted him to just say what? 8 times 10. But there's a front and a back, so we have to double that. Thank you, Colin. So that would be 8 times 10 times 2, which is how much?
Yeah, it's 160.
160 square feet. Okay? Now I have a little problem, but we're not going to address it first. I need this wall. All right, somebody new now. Tell me what the area of that wall would be. Go ahead, Julian. 15 times 8 times what? Times 2. Very good. 15 times 8 times 2. Very good work. So altogether, with the door, it would be how much? Somebody else get 400 square feet like me? Somebody agrees 400 square feet, right? However, you're not doing the door. So what am I going to do to the door? Subtract it out. So everybody should now subtract out the area of the door, which is how much? 21. So you should be able to tell me that there is 379 square feet. Is everybody happy with that? Now that would be the area. That would be the area. Is everybody hearing me? However, that doesn't tell me how much it's going to cost. Thank you so much. You're going to multiply that by 3. All right. And so when I multiply that by 3, your cost is going to be how much money, guys? What? $1,137. That's what I got. All right. So now, honestly, listen real carefully now. If you got 1,137, you are in good shape as far as the surface area goes. All right. Anybody have any questions? All right. So I'm pretty happy. All right. Now, let's go to today's worksheet, which is section 12.9. We're going to talk about the surface area of a cylinder. And what I'm going to do for you is show you exactly how to come up with the surface area of a cylinder. All right, so I need everybody's attention real quick. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what a cylinder is. All right, look right up here, please. Look at this awesome demonstration. All right, here is a cylinder. So we take the area of a cylinder. Look up, please, because this will help you kind of remember the formula. All right. The ceiling is a what? What's the shape? And the floor is a what? So what's the area of a circle? Pi r squared. Perfect. So because the area is pi r squared, there are how many of them?
2.
So we're going to have surface area. Write this at the top. Surface area is 2 pi r squared. Everybody see that so far? Now watch what happens. Look right here, guys. I take my cylinder. I'm going to cut it right down this mark right here. And I unfold it. What shape is that?
Rectangle.
Everybody see that, right? So how do I find the area of a rectangle? Length times width, right? So I want you to put down plus length times width. But we're going to change that. We're definitely going to change that. Bless you. Yes, ma'am.
Would you find the length of the rectangle by the circumference?
Hey, how smart is that? Listen to what she just said. Look right here, guys. This right here, look up, please. This right here, you're supposed to see is the length. Do you agree? If I roll it up, though, that is actually the what? That is actually the circumference. So this is the circumference of the circle. What's the formula for circumference? Pi times d, or 2 pi r. Somebody hear me? So now watch. I'm going to put surface area is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r. That's just the formula for what? Circumference. Now watch this. Last thing I need to show you. This is the width of the rectangle, right? The width of the rectangle is also the what? What's that called? Of the cylinder. What's the height called? Wow. What's the width called? The height. Everybody with me? Look right here. So I'm unfolding it. Come on now. Unfold it becomes a what? Rectangle. So the area of the rectangle is length times width. But this is the actual what? Height. And this is the actual what? Circumference. Everybody with me? You see it now, right? So it's the circumference times the height. So there is the actual formula. All right. Now, of course, guess what? Most kids don't remember that. Does everybody agree? So they just have to memorize the formula. But if you're not as good as memorizing, it's also good to just understand what that is. Does everybody agree?
Yes,
So there are how many circles?
sir.
2. That's why it's 2 pi r squared. And then the 2 pi r comes from the circumference, and h comes from the what? Height. Is everybody with me on that? All right. So now, these, in my opinion now, are super easy because, again, all you're doing, plugging numbers into a calculator, all right, from the formula. Now, again, this might help some of you guys, but I want to show you something. Surface area. I said write the area, write the formula every time. Right? I don't want to see it not written. All right, some of you guys are pretty smart. You can just do what? You can just take this, copy, and then paste. And it's right there. Does everybody see what I'm saying? And we can do it again. And you can do it again, and again, and again, and again. All right? But I don't recommend that because I would prefer that you write it so you can learn the formula. All right? So again, it's important. All right? 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. That is the formula. All right? So here we go. Surface area equals 2 pi. What's the radius?
3.5.
So we're going 3.5 squared plus 2 pi. What's the radius?
3.5.
What's the height? 0.6. So now, please, everybody, type that into your calculator real quick. Not yet, you don't. Type it in the calculator. And then somebody tell me. Who's got it? Surface area equals, tell me, 90.2 meters squared. Colin, how's that?
That's good.
90.2 meters squared. Any problems? Yes, now ask.
How come it just isn't 2 times I times 3.5 squared times 6? Because like
You have to calculate the area of the wall. The 2 pi r h is the area of the wall. You hear me?
oh, okay, I see.
All right. So number 2, here we go, guys. Surface area equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Will, what's the radius? So 2 pi times 4.5 squared plus 2 pi times 4.5. What's the height? 6. All right, Will, I'm waiting for the answer.
I got
296.9 millimeters squared. Anybody else agree with that?
Yep.
Any issues?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm agreeing with you. Very easy. All right, so let's take a look at question number 3. Again, surface area equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Again, we're writing the formula. Very, very important. Write it out. Okay? So, Ellis, what's the radius? Good. And what's the height? Beautiful. So you tell me what the answer is. 722, did you say? 0.6 inches squared. Anybody agree with that?
I got
Same thing?
Yep.
All right, I feel like you guys are getting better with the calculator also. I'm trying to see if there's anything hard. No. All right, so okay, let's go to the second worksheet, please. Everybody go to the second worksheet. All right, everybody go to the second worksheet for me. And we're going to take a look at question number 10. Because everything before this, you're just plugging numbers in. All right. Now, for question number 10, we're going to go work backwards. All right, so everybody take a look at question number 10. It says, a cardboard shipping container is in the form of a cylinder with a radius of 6 and a volume of 8595.4 cubic centimeters. So we want to find the height. Everybody hearing me? We want to find the height. So I really want you to look up because this is the only one that's hard. All right. So again, someone tell me what the formula for volume is. Don't look. Try not to look. Volume is what? How many circles are there? Good job, girl. You're awesome. Very, very nice. So everybody write that down. All right. Now what you're doing is you're filling in what they gave you.
Oh.
All right. And I need some help with that. Who can tell me what the volume of the container is? I don't see it. What's the volume of the container? Hold on one second. The volume of the container was what? I'm listening. Say it loud.
8,595.
Is that what you said? 8,000. Okay. Now, equals 2 pi. What's the radius? What was the radius of the container?
6.
Is everybody saying 6?
Yes.
Come on now. Everybody's participating. Plus 2 pi times 6h. Is everybody with me on this?
Yes.
All right. So now I'm trying to figure out what the height of the container is. All right. Not yet. We don't. The first thing I want to do is I want to simplify this. Somebody tell me what 2 pi times 6 squared is.
37.
Hold on. 8595.4 equals, say that again. Did you time? You didn't? I don't think so. 2 times pi times 6 squared.
Oh, I need to 6.
Somebody help me with that.
226.2.
226.2. Does everybody agree with that? Everybody happy with that? Come on now. This is the hard one. We'll try it again. 2 times pi times 6 squared.
Wait, do we not do that last problem?
No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Oh.
All right.
Oh, I did.
Then what I need for you to do now, hear me,
It's plus.
you're doing this. You're multiplying the 6 and the 2 and the pi. Somebody tell me what that is.
37.7.
How much?
37.7.
So roughly 37.7. So I want everybody to put down 37.7h. And now we're going to bold the h. Why am I saying bold the h? Because that's what we're solving for. That's what we're solving for. So this is a two-step equation. It's been a long time since we've done a two-step equation. That's why I want to help you. So what's the first thing I have to do? Can I remember? What am I supposed to do? Good for you. Hold up.
Don't you add them?
Close. Not addition.
Wait.
You're working backwards. Yes, your subtraction. So now look right here, guys. Please make sure you're hearing me. You're subtracting 226.2. Subtracting 226.2. All right? And when I do that, all right, when I do that, all right, what do I get?
4,369.
What?
I got 188.
Am I going crazy here?
I got 8,000.
Thank you so much. I thought I was going crazy. I said 8,500 minus 200,
some reason
and
I
some
said-
of you are telling me crazy stuff. Thank you, Will, for being, you know, what did you get?
8,000.
Now you're stumbling with your words. Speak up loud and proud.
8,369.
There you go, buddy. Thank you. Equals 37.7H. Now what do I do? Abby.
Divide.
That's correct. Now we divide by 37.7. Divide by 37.7. And so my H is what, Will?
It is.
Tell me.
221.
222. And then we're measuring height in centimeters. Uh-oh. Is it 222 or 228? 222. Check that, Will. 8369 divided by 37.7. Colin, what did you get?
222.
All right, 222 it is. All right. So, all right. Now, all right. Now, listen, I want you to go ahead and cross out. I don't really care about 11 and 12. I just wanted you to work backwards with me on one of those. All right. And now, listen, very, very easy. All right. What is the annoying thing about this?
Formula.
Write the formula, plug the numbers in, type it on your calculator. Everybody hearing me? All right. So your job, all right, because we've got lots of time. What time? How much time do we have?
16. 15.
15 more minutes. All right. That should give you enough time to do this. I'm feeling generous. All right. Let's do the odds on both worksheets, though. All right. So odds and odds. All right. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And then 5, 7, 9, 11. All right. Now, when I check your homework tomorrow, the formula has to be written out. All right. I don't want you just typing it straight into the calculator. You need to practice writing the formula, plug the numbers in, and then tell me what the answer is. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Surface area of a cylinder.